to a farm, and a deer was killed recently. I think it was either a day or two beforehand, but he had the deer hanging upside down. So when we got there, he was already prepared for it to start taking the hide off the deer.
How you doing? Good to see you. My name's Jeff. I live across the road, and we're very happy to have you come out to see us today. My neighbor Deb, we're on her farm right now. I'm glad that she's decided to come here because she's a really good neighbor. It's great to have good neighbors when you're out in the country, because lots of times you run into problems. You get stuck out in the fields, or you need some help in a hurry before the rain comes. Her son-in-law shot a small deer, so we're going to take the hide off the deer, and you guys can process it. So this is a 1.5 year old deer. That's actually a good one to shoot because they're not old and tough, and they have the least amount of chance to get through the winter, because there's a lot of coyotes around here. Man, oh man. I wouldn't want to be a deer because you have to outrun them all the time. You can see, if you look at the deer, yesterday I skinned a little bit around the back leg, and they've taken the guts out of it and opened it up so the body cavity cools down. And in a couple days, they'll cut it up into sections and we'll have a feast. I got a couple knives, small ones, so people that are interested in actually carving away some of the hide can help do that.
Oh,
It was really interesting because it was just an empty deer carcass that was just hanging there that we had to skin the hide off of.
How are we doing here now? We gotta do some more pulling, don't we? Okay.
There was so much you had to actually focus on, was making sure you didn't cut into the hide, you didn't cut into the meat. You'd have to get to that fine spot where you'd actually be cutting the hide off of the actual meat without ripping it or cutting into it.
Now. Good. You guys are taking the fur. You're gonna make a drum. And then you're gonna make some music. Okay. This is the farm where I grew up. When I was 9 years old, my parents bought this farm in I can't remember when, a long time ago. And I really loved living out here, although the city is encroaching on the countryside. And when I moved here, there was 6 farms along the road here. We all had dairy farms. We milked the cows and sent the milk to the cheese factory. And it's a sad story, but many farmers have given up. They didn't make enough money. Their sons or daughters decided to do other things. And the people from the city came out and bought most of the land. When you talk to people, you can tell the ones who listen and the ones that don't. And all you people listen really well today, and that shows your respect for people that give their time. I guess that's basically how it works. So kudos to you as well, and we want you to come back again for sure. Now that you know where we are.